they come, led out by new skipper Dean Skiffalidi going through the South Sydney side. Duncan McRae at fullback. The wingers Jamie Corcoran and Paul Mellor. The centres Shane Wilson and David Penner. The halves Jason Bell and the dynamo Craig Field. The lock in the dreadlocks Tyron Smith. The second row is Jeremy Doniger and Tony Mestrop. And the front row of Terry Hermanson, Dean Skiffalidi and Brett Goldsbeck. Just behind them now will be the Newcastle Knights, led out for the first time. Homegrown product, Mark Sargent leading the Newcastle Knights under the Sydney Football Stadium, where they were a couple of seasons ago in the semi-final. The fullback is Robbie O'Davis, the wingers Jamie Ainscoe and new boy Nathan Barnes, the centres Brad Godden and Russell Wire. The halves, the Johns brothers from Cessnock, Matthew and Andrew. The lock is Mark Glanville. The second row is Adam Muir and Tony Butterfield. And the front row, the chief Paul Harrigan, Robbie McCormick and Mark Sargent. Alan McMahon, South Sydney, their enthusiasm would be sky high.
Oh, so they'd be feeling 10 foot tall coming up.
Runs straight into his opposite number in Brett Goldsbeck. McCormack, a very, very quick play the ball there by the Newcastle Knights. Butterfield hits it up. Smith drags him down. Good defence there by Tyron Smith for the South Sydney Rabbitohs. 28 out the Newcastle Knights. Now it's Matthew Johns gives it out to Adam Muir. Gets the ball away to Andrew Johns. Andrew Johns scampers a couple. Tyron Smith's got him and brings him down. 12 out from the South Sydney line. McCormick at dummy half. Matthew Johns now sights a little gap. Steps off the left and he's brought down 80 metres short. Last tackle now for the Newcastle Knights. Matthew Johns a little toe into the in-goal area. McRae is going to have to clean up. And he's trapped there. A good set of offensive six by the Newcastle Knights.
Only a matter of time that young Andrew got his chance. Unfortunately, to an injury to as another penalty to our sideline commentator Matty Rodwell. But it'll be interesting to see how the game pans out for the two.
And I'll look forward to seeing how they work, especially when Matthew takes the ball to the line, for Andrew to be there in support.
Andrew Johns now about to try and convert this penalty. 28 out, moves in. Strikes it pretty well too. The touch judges haven't moved. And the first points of the afternoon in first grade go to the Newcastle Knights. They lead South Sydney 2 points to 0. South Sydney line. The Newcastle Knights playing very good football at the moment. They go the short side. Mark Glanville standing. Can he get his arms free? No, he can't. Brett Goldsbeck, the tackler. 5 out now. McCormick, a good pass to Andrew Johns. Now to Matthew Johns. Gives it to Paul Harrigan. Harrigan will score from there. Duncan McRae was never, ever going to stop the runaway chief. And Newcastle Knights get the first try of the afternoon. Some very, very good quick play the balls and good field position.
Make those mistakes in their own half. They'll get punished for this.
Paul Harrigan doing plenty of work in the first half. McCormack gives it to Sargent. Sargent's nearly through. He's going to score himself. And the captain of the Newcastle Knights, Mark Sargent, with brute strength, got across the line. Now we'd better check that pass. It looked marginal, but Robbie McCormick doing some great work. And Mark Sargent across the line for the Newcastle Knights. Trying to get his arms free to deliver the pass, couldn't do so. Mark Glanville at dummy half now. Matthew Johns sights a little gap, steps off left and right, gets his arms free to Mark Glanville. Throws the dummy, still going Mark Glanville. Now he's held up by Tyron Smith. Last tackle for the Newcastle Knights. Souths are short on the left, doesn't matter. Andrew Johns pops the field goal and she's over and the Newcastle Knights lead 15 points to 0. Half again for the Newcastle Knights. Long pass to Robbie O'Davis. Now to Andrew Johns. He steps off the left. Still going forward is Andrew Johns. He's 5 metres out from the South Sydney line. Fourth tackle. Adam Muir switches play to Paul Harrigan. He's close, Paul Harrigan, but he's held up, I think, or has he got the ball down? Another try to Paul Harrigan. The Chiefs' second try in this first half. We're obscured there. It looked as though the South Sydney defence had him held up over the line. Front of the sticks. There's 7 seconds of play to go in this first half. Mark Glanville. Glanville with a kick in behind the defence. Mellor is there and he'll clean up, or he nearly made a meal of it. And there's the half-time siren. So half-time here at the Sydney Football Stadium. A very entertaining first half of football too. The Newcastle Knights with tries to Mark Sargent and 2 to Paul Harrigan. With 21 points, Andrew Johns 4 goals from 4 and 1 field goal. South Sydney 6 points on the board. Paul Mellor a try. Craigfield 1 from 3. We'll be 25 metres out, the Newcastle Knights. McCormick at dummy half now. Adam Muir stands, gets the ball to McCormack. Throws the little dummy, throws another dummy. He's close, Robbie McCormack.
Great.
Oh, sensational individual try, Robbie McCormack. Well, that's a try that was made out of absolutely nothing. And I should imagine Bobby McCarthy would be right off his trolley. The South Sydney defence just fell apart. Robbie McCormack found a couple of holes. who is on the field for the Newcastle Knights. Darren Tracy's first touch of the footy. Now Andrew Johns. Sights a little hole himself. He's close.
Right.
He reaches out. That's a try to Andrew Johns. Brute strength from the little halfback, and that's a good reward for a great game in his debut match for the Newcastle Knights in first grade. Andrew Johns scores the try, and that should wrap it up for the Knights.
Well, let's have a look at this at the replay. There didn't seem to be a great deal on. Paul Harrigan runs the decoy a little bit early. His timing was off. Watch Andrew Johns here. He comes to the line. There's not a great deal on. Steps with his strength. A low tackle. 2 low tackles from the South defenders. Reaches over.
From tool specialist in Newcastle, Natalie Bryson of 56, Sandy Beach drive, and the Newcastle Knights are about to score another try. We'll come back to that. Jamie Ainscoe very close and can't reach out to score the try. A great attacking move for the Newcastle Knights again. Adam Muir goes himself, scores the try, Adam Muir, and the Newcastle Knights are certainly on a roll. Adam Muir, but that was well orchestrated, well down the field once again by the Newcastle Knights, and Adam Muir just deserts today to Tony Butterfield. And they're turning into the defence to looking to unload at every opportunity.
Well, they've earned that. From the dominance. Look at this Paul Harrigan run. So
That platform they set.
Yeah, they've earned the right to offload now. And
Matthew Johns.
Souths are having problems even just regrouping, getting behind the football. Oh, good ball.
Great pass to Bradley Godden. Godden now gives it to Nathan Barnes. Steaming for the line. Desperate defence by South Sydney. He's about 3 metres short. Great ball though. Here it is, Andrew Johns once again. Gives the ball off to his brother, who flick passes it on to Robbie McCormick. And play on, says referee Eddie Ward.
Been the best to turn the ball back inside, but however.
Big tackle by McRae, but doesn't he unload the ball well when he's in... Here's a chance for the Newcastle Knights. Toe forward by Andrew Johns. Can he score his second? Yes! Great try, Andrew Johns. Gee, you blokes are going to have a tough job with a Just Jeans Man of the Match award. He scores his second try of the afternoon. He's kicked 7 from 7 and a field goal. Andrew Johns, what a debut match for the Newcastle Knights.
Jolly on the spot here, look at this. I think it's kicked through originally. Is it by Bradley Godden? No, young Andrew's kicked it through. And he's gone toe-to-toe. Is that Craig Field on his left-hand shoulder?
Yeah, I think it is.
Yep, and he scored. It's a good try, and as you say, all the points that he scored, he's had a very fine match.
Yeah,
Here it is again.
Wide ball there from Craig Field. Just, you know, that's the luck that the Souths have had today. Been forced upon. Brad Godden was happy to pounce on it, but Andrew Johns said, no way, son, I'm going to tow this through. And I really think that's possibly sealed the that great Just Jeans award for Andrew. That really is...